Hello, Husky Light here. I hope you're all really well. We're into June 2015. Right, I'm not sat on the floor, I'm sat on a chair in front of my computer today because base of my neck's killing me. I think I'm just constantly sat on my cushion on the floor like a little Buddha looking up at my computer screen, so I've had to get a chair today to go through everything. So yes, our star signs for June. I cocked it up slightly in one of my other videos. It's not, we've got our normal stars this month. It is July that I will be doing the 6-monthly full mid-year reading. So that's July this year, not June. So anyway, for June, what's happening in June, we have got, now I don't deal a lot with the astrology of things, as you know. It's more the full moon and the new moon that I work with, and the energies that I work with in then. So we have got starting with a full moon, and that is on the 2nd of June, which is really good. Straight into the, you know, right at the beginning of the month, we've got the full moon. So it's all the efforts that you put in from the new moon before that we go through, that I say about new beginnings and manifesting and everything. Let's see things that are coming to bear the fruit by around the 2nd of June, by around the full moon that you've put in. Now the full moon this month is in Sagittarius, and it's going to be, there is still going to be a lot of changes going on in June. Things are going to finish, begin, change, more than recently, I think, for June. We've also got blooming Mercury retrograde as well, and that's sort of slap bang in the middle of that up until June the 11th. It starts going forward again from June the 12th, I think, to the 25th, June the 12th to June the 25th. It will start going direct, or it will be direct, thank goodness. Now the Mercury retrograde is in Gemini. Your new moon as well, which is on June the 16th, that's also in Gemini. So I'm digressing a bit. I'm going to go back to the full moon at the beginning of the month. Before I go into the full moon, I want to say Wednesday, June the 3rd, I am having my first Google Hangout, yay, with Christopher Bryan. Now Christopher Bryan is, and also he's an amazing tarot reader, healer. He's on YouTube. If you want to look him up, it's Christopher Bryan Tarot. His second name is Byrne, and we're going to be doing our own Google Hangout on Wednesday, talking about the power of thought, manifestation. We're going to have a good conversation about it. Now he's emailing all his subscribers, so I'm going to find out how to do that, and hopefully I'll be emailing all of you to let you know. It will probably be around 6 o'clock, Wednesday the 3rd of June, 6 o'clock UK GMT time. If you can make it, that'd be absolutely brilliant. Join in the conversation, have a watch. It should be a really interesting talk on there. And I can also, I'm going to let you know how my manifestation about getting some money together has gone over the month, and see what's going on with that, and see the changes, and you can put your comments in. So that's all happening. That's also happening on a full moon. So again, it's a culmination of things coming to fruition. So that should be really, really good. So I'll drop some details about that below. If you don't happen to get an email because I haven't figured out how to do it, just click into your Google pluses when it starts, and the links and everything will be below, and you can just click in, and hope to see you there. So that'll be really good. Right, full moon. Let's get into the full moon first of all. On the 2nd, there, because of where it is, because it's in Sagittarius, there is going to be a lot of focus. There's going to be a lot of focus on relationships, I think, around the beginning of the month. Looking at ourselves inwardly, trying to find the answers inwardly, and because it's a time on the full moon of things coming to fruition or releasing things, again, it's going to be an ending, starting of relationships, things that no longer serve us, we're going to get rid of. Also, because we're in retrograde, we're being made to make sure we've made the right choices about things, make sure we've made the right decisions, make sure that we are looking at things in a logical way, making sure that when that retrograde starts to go forward from the 12th, we are then in a position that we want to be in. We've got the right people in our lives, we've got the right relationships, we're moving in the right direction of the things that we actually want, and everything else should have moved by then. So it's an extreme time to just make sure that you're doing things right, you're looking at your life, you've gone over past mistakes, might have come up during this Mercury retrograde, things that you've done before, people that you've seen before, people from your past, situations from your past may very well have come back, and it's telling us that, yeah, you need to look at this again, you need to learn from it. Did you make the right decision the first time? How can you change things this time? Do you want to go forward with these people, these situations? If so, keep them. If not, get rid of them. And that's a lot of what it's been. I think the full moon this time is a really, really cleansing time, with it being in Sagittarius, and it's not a particularly easy one. I think within relationships and marriages and things like that, at the beginning of the month there still may be some flare-ups, some arguments, some feelings of maybe control issues. Do not try and control anybody, just worry about yourself, especially the first half of June. Worry about yourself, don't try and dominate or get control over anybody else within your family, within your relationship, because you will be seen as the bad boy, as the bad guy. You really will, and it won't work. Also, if you've got kids as well, you're probably going to find you may have extra not problems particularly. You may find it a little bit harder to control the kids at the beginning of the month, because they're not going to want to be told what to do. That you're not going to be able to put your foot down with them particularly, and any attempt to dominate, it's not going to go well. There will be some flare-ups of emotions still to come up around the beginning of the full moon. Things that you put into place, hopefully that you are manifesting, will start to come to fruition, the good stuff, but also subconsciously any stuff that started to come to, that sort of got put in place around the last new moon that maybe you didn't want or wasn't working on, that will also start to come to fruition. And it's at this time you've got to put your stop to it, and make sure you're moving into the right direction of where you want to be for when we go forward. Now, when new moon, when we go to the new moon in Gemini, it is definitely about new paths, new beginnings, and it's more about you having free choice, making sure that you have freedom of speech, you have freedom to do more of the things that you want to do within your, whether you're within a unit, within a family unit, within a community. It's more about doing the things that you want to do that make you happy, because it's in Gemini. The friends you've got, the relationships you've got at that time, keep them, maintain them, because hopefully now you've done things right by then, and keep your connections open. There will be a lot of, you should feel more energetic around this new moon on June the 16th, and more spontaneous. There'll be new creativity, new ideas coming up, new things for you to look at as well. So it's a really, really good time. It's mobile now, although we're still in Mercury retrograde, which usually sort of opposes all of creativity and all that sort of thing. It's actually going to be working with it a little bit. Mercury retrograde is making you look within and seeing what's going on, making sure that you're doing the right things, and then Gemini in the new moon is making sure that you get over any obstacles for spontaneity, being mobile, being curious about things as well, and thinking a lot more. So it all is sort of going to mix together and be a lot better. The retrograde isn't going to kill the spontaneity. It's going to help you to organise things better. It's going to help you to just give you an much better, clearer idea of where you're going forward. But going back to the full moon at the beginning of the month quickly, although later on in the month we're going to be clearer, there may still be some bits and pieces around the beginning of the month that you might not be too sure about, that the sun is not entirely shining on, and you're not going to see the truth in absolutely everything. So that is it. I can't think of anything else for this month. Enjoy your stars. I hope you enjoy them, and we'll see where we go from here. But there is a lot of things going on, and full moon, remember, at the beginning it's quite romantic as well, a full moon, so there might be some romantic moments around the beginning of the week for those of you either in relationships or looking for relationships, or just started on a new path with relationships. So right, on with the stars. Hi Sagittarius, thank you for your patience. It's been a bit of a push getting them out this month with the energies. So we're going to dive straight into your reading, and we're starting off with the Hanged Man in reverse. Everyone's got changes. There's changes coming around. Probably. Well, no, it's both. It's for some of you, it's going to be home and family, domestic life. Some of you, it's going to be your career. There's going to be changes within either or both of them during the month. There's also a feeling of being preoccupied around this time, almost an apathy. It's like to a little bit, to a certain extent, it's playing the martyr a little bit. If you've got feelings of anger or resentment against somebody, you need to try and let go of these feelings. You need to forgive and forget, or forget. Try and get past some of the negative feelings. don't, pity party. I love that saying, I've heard it before, it's really good. But yeah, just be careful, be aware of having a little, everybody has them, absolutely everybody has them. I've had plenty. I think the trick is to try not to hold on to it for too long. Sort of when you realise that you're in that space, maybe you think, oh, okay, I'm not thinking particularly well, I'm not doing particularly well, but I'm aware of it, so I'm going to try and change the way I feel, bring about changes. But there's definite changes coming, home and family or work related. And I've got to say, out of 6 cards, you've got 5 major arcana cards. That's a lot. A lot. You've got faith, and that's in the upright position, and faith in my deck is the same as the Hierophant in other packs. So it may be, you may hear of a wedding, an engagement, marriages. There's some sort of a baptism, maybe, and it also goes down with it being the Hierophant and faith to tradition. So being traditional about things, so it might point to churches or organisations, maybe in a school environment. And I think it's basically telling you, don't get too caught up in organisations or groups that have got duties and roles and certain rules that you may have to abide by. You're your own person, you've got your own identity, you're unique. And if you're looking for spiritual answers, if you look, a lot of the answers that you look for are within. So be careful of being influenced. You're very intellectual and you're feeling very wise, spiritual. You need to, the things that you're wondering about, the things that you're asking questions about, guides are saying just do more investigation, learn more, learn as much as you can. You're going to be like a bit of a sponge this month. And you've also, some of you are maybe going to become aware of having some healing abilities. You're going to start seeing signs of that. It is obviously faith, Hierophant, it is a very, very spiritual card. So with all of that, with the Hangman in reverse, I mean, yeah, you may be feeling a little bit confused, feeling that something's not quite right or something's different to the way it usually is. You've got a lot of emotions and a lot of things changing within you, but you've also got things, you'll start to see things changing around you as well. King of Swords. Sorry, Ace of Cups. Yay! Ace of Cups is good. Ace of Cups around the middle of the month is a nice card. It's the happiness, partnerships, beginnings of new possibilities, new relationships may be coming in to your life, and this intuitive knowing that things are okay around the middle of the month. Things are going to come through that are okay. You're going to start to feel very creative as well, but the Ace of Cups is all about the newness of things coming into your life. So after certain changes around the beginning of the month, you're going to see the new coming in, emotional growth. If you're in an existing relationship, I think it's about feeling more fulfilled within that relationship. Things are coming about to change for the better, change in a nicer way. And I think you should be quite enjoying the middle of the month. And I can't see my card. I've got one other screen. We've got strength as well, and that's in the upright position. So the strength is your power. Your power to know that things are getting better, that you're in control, overcoming any little obstacles that may come your way. And there's an inner strength as well, and it's an inner strength that is growing. And it's a love. It's a love for everything. So that's a really nice card to team up with the Ace of Cups. Obviously a lot of mental as well, but it's like strong of heart and strong of mind. And there's a certain passion, there's a certain strength of desire there. Just always with the strength card, go with all the positive traits of being strong and strength. And if you find yourself veering to the negative traits of strength, be aware and come back over. So I'm talking of things like being very controlling, or having a rage, having an argument, whatever. That's your strength showing in the wrong way. So try and stay away from that side of it. There's quite a lot of self-control there, and a lot of inner strength. An awful lot of the power is with you. Put your power to good use. Put that power into the birthing of new ideas, creative ideas, new relationships, existing relationships. Use that power in a good way to strengthen existing things in your life, and also to start the new things that are in your life that are coming about after the beginning of the month. And I think with retrograde, all this is sort of going to start, you'll start to see all this coming through after, I'm hearing the 14th of June. Now moving on to the end of the month, we've got the World card, and the World card is in its reverse position, so no getting lazy at the end of the month. If you get a bit lazy because you've been nice and happy during the middle of the month, there might be delays and small frustrations. Go with the flow with whatever's happening during the month. Don't go against it. It's easier to go with it than against it. It's if you go against it, you could come up against delays or small obstacles. So just be flexible, stay flexible. The world is all about looking at things in a different light as well, and in a different way. And it may be that there are certain parts of your life that you may not want to look at in a different light. There's certain parts hidden because you've got there's new stuff coming around the 14th. There's new things coming in, there's exciting, there's changes going on. Try and keep up with it and go with the flow. There's a few things that you're going to come across that you're not too sure about, and you're like, oh, I don't want to go with the flow on this one, but go with it, else it could find either delays or postponements, and it could hinder your growth a little bit, like a lack of looking at things in different ways. Some lessons that you have that have been in your life before that you thought were done with, there's a few of those coming back up because you didn't learn the entire lesson the first time. So there is going to be a few things come back up, the same lessons that you're going to have to look at again and learn from, because you didn't quite complete it the first time, and you may not feel like you want to, with it being in reverse the world, you may not feel like you want to start maybe looking over old lessons or going, but they're being brought back in, and they're being brought back in for your highest good. So any questions that come up, as I said with the Hierophant at the beginning, get as much information as you can, study in whatever area that is. Sorry, phone. Unplug the phone quickly. Right, one phone unplugged. And we've got Judgment. Finishing off with Judgment, and that is in the reverse position. So it's going to be some mixed stuff going on at the end of the month for you. Again, stay on the positive, don't go on the negative. Try and look on the positive side of everything. Any uneasiness, loneliness, there might be a slight feeling of regret for something. It might be some of these lessons that are coming back in, but I think it's linked to some of these lessons that are coming back in that you've got to relearn. And maybe there's still certain aspects of that you have to look within on, and you're still fighting against it. So the advice is don't fight against it. Don't fight against it. I feel for some of you, you may be in a situation some point during the month or towards the end of the month that you want to get out of, or you want to get away from, but you don't know quite how. You don't quite know how to get out of it. And again, the answers are inside yourself, so quieten yourself down so you can listen. Ask your guides and angels for help, and the answer will come to you to help you out in this particular situation. I think maybe some of you have got yourself into something that maybe you judged wrong, that you misjudged, and now you're seeing that, and now you're thinking, I want out, and how do I do it? The answers will come to you. The answers will happen if you allow them to come through to them. You have to be able to receive the answers. Don't be frightened of anything. Don't allow any fears or doubts that come along hold you back, because during the middle of the month for a lot of you, it's brilliant. There's all these new ideas and new birthings and new relationships, deepening of relationships, different ways of looking at things, and then it's almost like self-doubt starts to creep in, a little bit. Don't do that, because it's those sort of thoughts that would cause you unhappiness or knock your confidence. And they're saying that if you can turn that around, stop judging yourself, stop being so, it's almost not self-abusive, it's why would anybody else have a go or call you names because you're so good at doing it yourself sometimes, is what I'm hearing. Berating yourself. Don't, under any circumstances, because you are perfect. You are absolutely perfect as you are. And you need to truly, truly believe that and get used to it. Go look in the mirror and tell yourself how much you love yourself. And if that feels uncomfortable, keep doing it until it feels comfortable for you. And stay grounded. Stay grounded at the end of the month as well. But there's also a lot of good aspects in there. And I think this is, not all of you are going to feel like this. This is going to be a split. Some of you, you've got changes at the beginning of the month. You've got the good coming in, but then you've got a bit of self-doubt coming in as well, which needs to stop. You need to put a complete stop to that. No pity parties at the beginning of the month either. It's an up and down of emotions, but it's also a fantastic learning curve, learning experience, where cycles have gone round. Just trying to think if there's anything else that's going to come through. Forgive yourself. This forgive and forget, it's yourself that you need to forgive. Some of you need to forgive yourself. You don't ever have any regrets, because every experience you go through, whether it's good or bad, and however well you think you did or didn't do, it's all learning, it all adds up to who you are. So don't ever regret. Everything is a learning time, a lesson. And as long as when you walk away from something, you can look back and say, right, what did I learn from that? And you understand it, then move on, go forward. But don't go forward with any feelings of dissatisfaction. As I say, I'm talking to certain ones of you out there at the moment, because I think a lot of the good stuff that's happening around the 14th is going to carry through. So just be aware of which side you're on. Think everything through. We all have regrets. We all regret previous behaviours or previous things that have happened, but there comes a point when you have to let go, you have to forgive yourself. And if you can do that, then it's plain sailing again, it's moving forward again. And a lot of you will become aware of healing abilities. Things coming up that you didn't know that you had. Oh, right. I'm going for a cup of tea. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Thank you so much for your likes, your shares, your subscribes. I, for one, am looking really forward to getting on the other side of this retrograde and everything can lighten up. So if you'd like a private reading, if you want something specific answered, or you'd like a Celtic cross with several questions within it, just click on the link and go through for a private reading, and we get some more insight, or specific question on a diamond spread or something. And I do the angel boards as well, and the dream reports, so go check that out. A lot of good things happening, but mixed in with some less positive, and I think it's feelings and emotions that you need to be aware of. A lot of good starts though. Right, take care, namaste, I love you loads and loads.